The United States is a country with the greatest number of extremely wealthy individuals, but overall its residents are not the richest in the world. Here is the city in every state with the most billionaires, and here are the richest countries in the world. The U.S. capital of Washington, D.C. is described in the Constitution and was later built per constitutional law. From then on, D.C. had an interesting life, full of rich history and gorgeous monuments. The history of human societies within the United States territory stretches back millennia, but the history of the United States itself is quite recent. The United States has grown and expanded into one of the world's largest and wealthiest nations. As a result of the history and populations of different parts of the country, the economy and cultural values have developed differently between the states. The United States is, in many ways, a nation like no other. Over the course of its history, the USA has accrued all manner of notable distinctions. From its status as the world's military superpower and one of the most affluent nations on the planet, to being home to one of the most diverse populations and the #1 global exporter of entertainment, there is no shortage of truly remarkable things to be said about the United States. The United States is the country with the greatest number of extremely wealthy individuals, but overall, its residents are not the richest in the world. Here is the city in every state with the most billionaires, and here are the richest countries in the world. The United States has seen a steady rise in its cities across all 50 states. The urban population today is larger than it's ever been, in total and in proportion. Travel in the United States is nearly $1 trillion industry. The U.S. sees over 1 billion trips each year, and the travel industry directly contributes massive amounts of income and revenue around the country. The United States is the only country that has all of Earth's 5 climate zones: tropical, dry, temperate, continental, and polar. Did you know that the United States is the 3rd most visited country by international tourists after Spain and France? Did you also know that more than 9 in every 10 Americans have eaten pizza in the last month? According to some estimates, Americans consume the equivalent of about 100 acres of pizza every day. That's a lot of pizza. 93% of Americans are said to have eaten pizza in the last month. Delivery sales of pizza spike the most during closed Super Bowl games. There are over 60,000 pizzerias in the USA. There is a pizza expo held every year in Las Vegas. The world's largest pizza was actually built in Italy. With October being the U.S. National Pizza Month, I figured it was a perfect time to share all of these amazing pizza facts with you. The U.S. film industry is the largest, oldest, and most profitable film industry in the world. According to research firm IBIS World, the American film industry generated about $33 billion in 2019. The United States is at the center of global invention. Airplanes, computers, cell phones, potato chips, and the light bulb are just a few examples of American ingenuity. The United States became the world's largest petroleum producer in the last 10 years. The country produced 18.23 million barrels of oil per day in 2019, well above the daily production of Saudi Arabia, the world's 2nd biggest oil producer. Oil includes crude oil, all other petroleum liquids, and biofuels. Another amazing fact is that the typical wage or salary worker in the United States has been with his or her current employer for 4.2 years. Over half of the U.S. population lives in just 9 states: California, Texas, Florida, New York, Pennsylvania, Illinois, Ohio, Georgia, and North Carolina. The United States has over 3.1 million square miles of forest land, the fourth most after Canada, Brazil, and Russia. This country has the world's strongest higher education system and draws over 1 million international students a year, the most of any country. Americans bought 871.8 million pounds, or about 2.3 billion worth of hot dogs in supermarkets in 2019. Los Angeles is top dog for Frank's, consuming about 30 million pounds a year. The United States produces more corn than any other country in the world, accounting for over 366 million metric tons in the 2018-2019 season. The next closest country, China, trailed U.S. corn production by over 100 million metric tons.